Real life Connie and real life Steven are tight. And we've always found that funnily reflective of our relationship on the show in a good way. Hello again.
My question is, how long did it take to memorize Cookie Cat?
Well, I didn't have to memorize it for recording because us voice actors are lazy and we have our paper in front of us. But I think around the time of New York Comic Con, like 2014 or 15, we were pretty fresh on the air, like within a year and a half or so. And somebody requested I sing it. I'm like, oh no, I don't know it. And then I just started doing it, and it all came back. So I never like sat down and memorized it. It's like the force that sort of like guides you. It worked out. And that's one of the songs that I know all the words to. Some of them I don't remember, and people ask me to sing, and I feel bad because, you know, I sung it once for 30 minutes 3 years ago, and I haven't like revisited that particular episode enough to remember all the words. Like Peace and Love on Planet Earth is one like that I know the melody to, but I don't remember all the words, so I can't like perform it. I feel bad. Hey again.
So the recent episodes, I cried. Did you like get emotional, and were you like shook over them?
I mean, my emotional response to it was like, yeah, because we've been trying to do this for so long, and it's been a known secret for so long around the studio that finally getting to do it, and then of course seeing my Twitter feed after the episode aired was cool. And the fact that we managed to get it to air and no leaks. That was good. Hey, you're a giraffe.
Okay, so for the recent seasons, you've been kind of trying to encourage Lapis, and she seems to not want to stay on Earth. So have you personally given up on Lapis?
No. Steven never gives up on anybody. That's one of the core values of his character. Is he always thinks that people deserve a second chance and to be understood. So I don't think Steven would ever give up on Lapis, especially given how deep their relationship goes thus far.
Thanks.
Good question. Hello.
Hey Zach. So speaking of second chances, one of my favorite characters, antagonists, was Jasper.
Yeah.
Do you think that if there was ever a chance she came back, that she would actually accept a second, third, or fourth chance, like how Paragon flipped?
She would be the least likely to do it of everyone.
But now that the new revelations have happened...
Right. I mean, she obviously doesn't know yet. We don't know what she's doing right now. So, I mean, if there was ever somebody who could convince her to do it, it's Steven. If he can't do it, nobody can. It's unlikely, in my opinion. But then again, I don't write the show, and I don't know that character as intimately as the crew does. But I wouldn't bet on it. I think Steven would try if they were to meet again. I
would
think
love
that.
to see the friction between Garnet and Jasper if she ever interacted with them again. That would be something to see.
Yeah, I mean, Jasper's not exactly a fan of fusion, unless it's to go, play on the beach.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what that episode was about, right? It seems to be how I recall it. Hey, we know each other.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, Florida peeps.
And I was asking the voice actors earlier, they kind of indicated that they didn't know for too long beforehand, but how long, like before you recorded the new episode, did you know about the big secret?
At least a few months, if not more. I ask a lot of questions, and I'm also in the studio a little bit more often. We're like one-on-one, because they tend to pick up my stuff a lot on its own. So I had a lot of one-on-one time to talk with Rebecca about stuff. So I knew for at least a few months. That's one that I didn't know as far in advance because it's more related to Steven's discovery of the event. So we didn't share the details as soon, so I could, not internalize it as much and have it be more of a surprise. But anything like not directly related to Steven, I always ask about and always try to get the scoop on.
Did she just kind of one day just tell you as you're walking out, or was it like, because that's a big thing?
Usually it's like a oh, well, this happened. Like, I wonder where this is leading. She's like, oh, well, this happened, this happened, this happened. My jaw hits the floor, and she's like, want to see these character designs? And then we ended up talking about that for like an hour. That's usually how it goes.
Thank you.
Hey.
So, growing up and like doing the show at a young age, how did it feel to have 3 moms on set?
I mean, Dee Dee is my one true mom on the show, and I love her very much. She cares a lot about my well-being, and I've always appreciated that. Michaela and Emma, the relationships are basically the same as they are on the show. And we are basically our characters in real life in some ways. People will argue on this. I personally say I'm the least like my character of the main 4 of us. I think I was a lot more like Steven when I was Steven's age. There's just a bigger age gap now with us. But it's been great to have a really supportive group of actors around us, and it's been really cool to see in an animation cast. You don't often get that because of how separated the recording process can be, but they really try to keep us together when we're recording as much as possible on Steven, and it's allowed for a lot of camaraderie that you don't often see in cartoon casts. Thanks.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good, man.
The Beach City Wrestling episodes, how'd you like recording those?
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Tiger Millionaire was the first time we see Steven like get a little like mean and aggro. You couldn't afford it. And then we brought it back due to popular demand. And then I think in between Tiger Millionaire and Tiger Philanthropist, I got a little more into wrestling and had some friends that were wrestling. Like went to a bunch of shows and checked that out. Actually, because of another FloridaCon that was having wrestling shows and introduced me to that. And 3 months later, I was like at Raw at the Staples Center in LA. Like, yeah! It's really cool to see them doing a tribute to that. It's very big right now, like more than it has been in a long time. It's cool to see.
Who's your favorite wrestler right now as a follow-up?
New Day.
Oh, okay.
Because Xavier Woods is a massive Steven Universe fan, and I'm a massive fan of him and Budios.
Perfect, thank you.
Hey.
I have a few questions. One of the kind of icons in Steven Universe in the very beginning was the cheeseburger backpack.
Yeah.
What happened to it, and is it ever going to be back?
Now, this cheeseburger backpack is a symbol of Steven's childlike innocence that is no longer present on the show due to events, so it has been poetically lost, if you will. No, I'm talking out of my... That's not true at all. I'm making assumptions. I have no idea what happened to it. Probably at a Goodwill somewhere in Beach City.
Also, now that there's been the new reveal about Steven, do you have any clue or any hints on how it's going to reflect on all the other diamonds? What if they find out? What do you think will happen?
I'm afraid to answer this question because I just know so much about upcoming plots that I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to accidentally say something that is true.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't want to like go full Tom Holland and spoil the entire MCU.
What's your
It is-
favorite quote from Steven?
Anything Peter Pizzapopoulos says. If you need a great actor, you've come to the right guy. Any Italian accent goofiness. That comes from me. I took Italian in high school and speak it semi-fluently, and Rebecca learned that. I was like, oh, I can use that. And now Steven does this really stilted Italian accent all the time, and occasionally says, like at the end of Steven and the Stevens, he like grabs the real Steven, arrivederci. And that one has correct phonetic pronunciation. Hey. What's up? Yeah, lower it down for yourself. That's...
All the gems, crystal and homeworld, are chemical compounds that can exist anywhere in the universe. The pearls are created through biological processes by animals on Earth. Does this have any significance?
Not that I know of, but knowing how Rebecca's mind works, there's probably something there. I tend to assume that everything in the show is intentional and be proven wrong by the exceptions because it is that detail-oriented. But I'm afraid to say I don't know for sure. Hey.
Hey Zach, I wanted to ask, how did it feel like getting into Steven, like the beginning?
I mean, it showed up in my inbox as just another audition, and I read the sides, and I was like, this is really quirky and interesting and a little bit different. It was 10 lines from the pilot and the original extended theme that I recorded for that. And then, yeah, we spent like an hour and a half on it with my teacher. Really liked it, didn't think much of it, and got a call back. Ended up recording the pilot in like January 2012, I think. And I didn't hear anything for almost a year. We came back for ADR in October, November to do some fixes. And I found out like while I was like signing the contracts, the studio teacher's like, "Oh, congratulations on your show." I'm like, "What show?" The one that just got picked up that you're about to record for. And it's just been this like series of incredibly serendipitous moments of good things happening to us and to the show. Booking the show and getting my first lead on anything, getting the show picked up, recording the first episodes, getting extended for more episodes, and then San Diego Comic-Con, the first time we went and had like a panel. It was just absurd. The fan response was so wild and unlike anything any of us had expected. Comic-Con every year was sort of like a watermark from where we were, and every year it would get bigger and bigger and surprising. And I remember one Comic-Con we had just dropped a Jailbreak, and that was the one that I was like, this is beyond anything we could have possibly hoped for. And I'm just gonna be on this roller coaster and see where it takes me. And here I am.
Is it hard still trying to do Steven's voice?
Not anymore. if I'm sick, yes. And I was having a lot of problems with that lately, so we were having to move records around. But if I'm singing, it's hard, and if I'm sick, it's hard. But otherwise, it comes pretty organically.
One more question. Can you do a freestyle as Steven?
A freestyle as Steven?
Yeah, like a rap freestyle as Steven.
You want me to go off dome?
Yes.
All right. I'm going off dome. I'm taking you back to Homeworld. Yeah, girl. I said, what's up? This is Steven Universe coming at you from Beach City. It's so litty in here. Got all the fans of the show. Everything is going up and up and up. No.
Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you, Zach.
Thank you. If you actually want to hear Steven rap, like, for real, check out Steven's secret rap career, the collab video I did with Mackenzie Atwood, our beautiful Cartoon Network meme specialist. She made such high quality meme YouTube videos. She made Pearl's secret rap career, if you've seen that, and a bunch of other stuff. She literally made such high quality memes of our show on YouTube that Cartoon Network hired her as a meme lord, among other things. But we did a collab video where I actually wrote a rap, had a buddy, mutual friend of ours, make a beat, and then posted it, and it was a lot of fun. So check that out. Hey.
Hi, my name is Sapphire. I have a twin sister named Ruby.
Awesome. That is adorable.
Everyone, I started when the show was pretty much first coming out, and I pretty much got everyone that I know into the show.
Thank you. You were the reason we were here
so
today.
Many people,
you and people like you.
Not gonna lie, we're like, Cartoon Network having a good show other than Adventure Time. Meh.
No comment. I grew up watching Cartoon Network, like early 2K, Cartoon Network was my jam. Powerpuff Girls, Codenames Next Door, all that stuff.
I believe the song you were thinking about that was between your voices was the Dear Old Dad song, because I remember going back and listening to it. When you go, there's no one like you. The you part is where you hit the new voice. The other parts are the older voice.
yeah, that one. Coach, the Strong in the Real Way from Coach Steven. A lot of them like that in that time period.
My question any of the shows that you've been on, what is your favorite show that's really turned you emotion-wise?
Just to watch? Oh man. I mean, Black Mirror is a favorite of mine. That show hits me on a deep level. Notice how nobody was like, woo! They were all like, oh yeah. It's heavy. I like a lot of heavy stuff. Breaking Bad. As far as cartoons go, Code Name Kids Next Door is my all-time favorite.
Hopefully come out with more.
Yeah, I know the creator was trying to reboot that. I'm all for that. Please hire me. I love that. Actually, fun fact, the guy who voices number 4 is the voice of Lion and All Our Creatures, the legendary D. Bradley Baker. And he literally voices everything, so I can make that correlation with any show. He's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm a really long time fan, so this is very cool.
Thank you. Thanks for following our madness all this time.
Yeah. So you're a pretty, well-known name in animation, at least, in American cartoons now.
Thank you.
So I was wondering if you had, if you watched other cartoons or anime, just animation in general, actively, and if you have favorites. I know you said Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
Job of representing that kind of stuff. Let's know your opinions on that.
I mean, I couldn't be prouder of all our representation on the show and on all the kinds of stories that we tell and, more importantly, normalize for kids. I had no idea that the show would be that important culturally like that until, we were in the middle of doing the show and I realized how much this was affecting people and I had all these personal anecdotes from people at conventions and on the street about hey, Steven Universe helped me through this, it saved my life, or it did this, and it's like, I don't even know how to, I have to thank you for that, because that's all of you participating in our thing, and Rebecca's thing, really, it's Rebecca's thing. Yeah, I mean, I personally, I have a lot of struggles with that as well in the past, and it's been nice to know that even while I'm having these issues, I'm working on something that's helping everybody else with them, in my own small way. So yeah, I'm more proud of that than almost anything else. And that's actually a lot of what my album is about as well. I wanted to continue that message, but tell it in my own words. It's the first thing I've, produced start to finish, all me as creative direction, and it dives pretty deep and goes there and talks about that kind of stuff in a really blunt way that I think is going to be a little surprising and jarring. It's definitely a darker tone thing, but I'm really proud of it. Thank you. Great question. Amen.
A little bit of a lighter question, but if
I was
you had
hoping.
a gem, what would it be, and what kind of gem weapon would you pull from it?
If I was a gem, what kind would I be?
And, or where would your gem be, and what kind of weapon would you just materialize out of it? Boing.
Probably a shield for my belly button.
I feel like I have to go with Steven, Opal's my birthstone, that's taken. I like Topaz, but that's taken now too. I really, if I want to pick something original for my gemstone, I have to go to some obscure geology website and find something that nobody's never heard of. Maybe something like onyx. I don't know if that's technically a gem, but is it? See, there's always a gem expert in Steven Universe panels, and I love it. Thank you. I'll go with onyx. I really like dark stuff like that. They're very shiny and smooth. Weapons. I think like a gunblade, like Squall style.
Alright, cool, thanks.
Good questions. Favorite fusion is Sardonyx. Obviously, Sardonyx. I love my Steven fusions, but I don't know. I guess I get to interact with them less because, when those characters are being voiced, I'm not in the room, so I'm not having a scene with them. So I get to interact more with the other fusions because I'm in scenes with them. Not that I've been able to work with the voice actors as much. Rip Nicki Minaj. But yeah, Sardonyx, and then your other question was who would I fuse together? Steven in Paradigm. 100%. I've been campaigning for this for a long time. Y'all have come to one of my panels before, you know this very well. Hashtag Steven dies. That makes it sound like a ship name, that's not good. I really want, all the fusions grow in size when they fuse together, they become, double or triple their own size. I want their fusion to be halved in size. So it's like the gray matter, the crystal gems. It's super tiny, like infiltrator type. It's very sassy. Yeah, literally. Like, rip off Ben 10. Yeah, this is why I don't write the shit. Yes.
Hi, Eric and Nadia. Everybody say hi, Eric and Nadia. Hi, Eric and Nadia.
So, how's it going?
Good, man.
Question for you. With this new reveal, how does that affect how you get into Steven and how you feel about Steven's reveal?
There's always been a growing mistrust of everything Steven knows about Rose in his own mind. Storm in the Room is a great example of that. Where that's also his last ditch attempt to have a relationship or a connection to his mom. And I think with this, it's pretty nail in the coffin that he feels betrayed. I can't really say too much more because that's part of his arc going forward. But it's a good question. And that's Steven's main arc of the show for me is his lack of a relationship with Rose and how his opinion of her shifts over time.
And can we expect any physical maturity from your mental maturity of this act?
No comment. that goes into spoiler territory.
And then last one. What's your view on polyamory? Because this show does deal a lot of love everyone kind of scenario.
Very positive views.
Thank you.
I love that our show represents every aspect of relationships and people. It's a beautiful thing. Hey.
I want to know if there was any difference in your experience for recording Steven for the show and recording Steven for the video games.
Yeah, great question. I wasn't working with the main Steven crew for the games, and for any of the promos either for commercial interstitials and stuff. The thing we did before this latest batch of episodes, that promo where I started recapping all the events, that was done in a different studio with a different team. And oftentimes I have to take the lead a lot more on directing myself because they're not as intimately tied to the characters. And they're more there to get things that are technically sound for the games, the right effort sounds and the right dialogue that makes sense for whatever command prompt. And I don't think I would have been able to do it if I hadn't done the show for multiple years beforehand because it requires you to really be on top of yourself with that kind of stuff. Still really fun. It's just a different kind of performance. I really lean on Ken when we had him as a director and Rebecca for my in-studio stuff to sort of mold it the way it needs to be. And I trust that they won't put out something that is subpar. So even if I do a take that's not good, I trust that they'll make sure that I know that.
Thank you.
Great question. Never been asked that.
Hi.
Hey.
So since you voiced Steven for a large part of your childhood, I'm wondering how that was like for you. Voicing him and how life was like as a voice actor so young.
We grew up together, and I think that really aided the growth of the character. We have a similar arc of, we're just kids who had a very unusual kind of upbringing with a lot of additional responsibility and pressure placed on our shoulders. And it really helped me understand where Steven needed to go. And even subconsciously, I think that's completely fed the development of who he is today. Obviously, he's a little younger than I am, so it's a little different, but I'd say that's been the most important part of developing Steven as a character was the fact that I was going through the same things at the same time.
Do you feel like it would have been less effective if you were older playing him?
I think that the writing is good enough that it would have been fine, and you have to, as an actor, be able to adapt to things like that. But the fact that it was happening organically and naturally, I think really helped me understand how to do that in the future when I have to create it for myself, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Great question.
Mystery girl.
So, you have amazing taste in music.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know you actually had an album coming out, and
Thank
it's
you.
awesome.
Spread the word, tell your friends. Oh, before you ask your question, since you mentioned it, I am probably going to be coming through Orlando on tour. Dates have not been announced. It's kind of a big thing. I'm not the only one on this tour, and it is not like completely firmed yet, so I can't say much. But we're looking at coming to Orlando in October, ideally. So please come out. We're probably going to play like a bigger rock venue, like House of Blues or something. So yeah, please check that out. Do continue.
So my question is, what bands do you think Steven would listen to when you could go through like the emo phase?
Totally. After all this, if he doesn't go through an emo phase, I'm really concerned. Sadie wouldn't be on an emo phase. Sadie is just, well, she's a killer. I think Steven would be like really into stuff like 21 Pilots. That's, poppy and can have like some really happy moments, but also like goes there. And also isn't too like edgy, I guess. Like Steven wouldn't like metal even if he's being really angsty. I think Steven would be really into just all pop of that genre. Maybe some like old Linkin Park. That's about as heavy as it go. There's a great video. We used this as part of our main curriculum for DD. That's Pearl Secret Rap Career in Atlanta at Megacon last year. It's a video. You guys know the digital short we did where Steven is like, hey, I wrote this song, it's really personal to me, and I encourage you to write music, and then like teaches you how to play the song. So it's basically that, like, hey guys, I wrote this song, I really hope you like it, blah, 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 blah. And then he goes to like strum the guitar, and as soon as he hits the chord, it's, I put my trust in you. And it's my favorite CD of all time. So Linkin Park.
So we are at a convention. My question is, how would Steven react to being in an anime convention, and do you think you can like act some of that out?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to do. There's panels, there's voice actors. I've never met a voice actor. I can buy stuff? Wait a minute, that's me! Why are they selling me?
Do you think Steven would do any cosplaying or cosplay meetups and stuff?
Steven would like be organizing the cosplay meetup. Steven loves anime, like that's an open secret. The references are everywhere. He's very much into like, I think Sailor Moon is one of them, Dragon Ball. Not like actually in the show, but it's implied.
Is it Sean Shemmel? Whoa!
Thank you.
Great question. I just wanted to ask Rebecca, like, where did this thing come from? It's so mysterious. And at first I was like, oh, I guess like, it's like cool, cartoon lion. Like, I guess I just wanted to draw that, and then it became this like big thing, and like he's got like a portal in his head, and he's pink. And then the whole thing with Mars happened, and I mean I knew about that well in advance of why Lion was like that. But when that happened, it was really cool to have that revealed to the world a little more. Maybe. I mean, I don't think we're planning on. I don't know of anybody that just like straight up dies in an episode. So I don't know. Maybe.
I paid too much attention to Lion.
What's that?
I think I paid too much attention to Lion.
No. Lion's one you have to keep an eye on, because otherwise he'll wander off. Yeah, really. He's an outdoor cat.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for the one person that laughed at that joke. I see you.
My question is, how did you feel when Stephen and Connie confused?
The first thought was, wait, what? That can happen? Second thought was, dope. Third thought was, wait, like from Ali and AJ? Pretty stoked. AJ Shotcut is awesome. And we work on the Goldbergs together too, sometimes. There's a couple episodes that we were both in. And there's a scene actually with both of us. And we took a picture on the set, and it was Steven and Stefani actually meet in real life. It was very fun. She's great on the show.
Can you tell my coworker friend Ian how's work in your Steven voice for me?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Hey man, how's work?
2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. The 2
Oh man, that was perfect.
Hi Ruby.
Actually, I have a Ruby-related question. So, when they went to go get Brandy's steaks, they hit the Rubies, and when Steven said that they would get them, but that never ended up happening, and I always wondered why. Like, if he just ended up forgetting about it, the excitement, or if he remembered the incident with Eyeball and decided not to go through with it. What are your thoughts on why that happened?
Steven's a busy guy. I don't know actually. Are they still floating in space?
I think after Mimi got the ship back, she went back to her squad. I think that's why we saw Eyeball in the trial, because that was like the making of Saran, and I think that's why she did the things with Ruby personally.
I need to ask this question. That's actually a really good point. Just kind of like fly up into space and they're all like wiggling around, and then Jasper's there for some reason. Mercury.
Thank you.
It's totally canon, by the way. Hey,
Did you grow your first beard hair around the same time as Steven? No, I'm just kidding. That's not
no, I think I got mine first. It grew very slowly. Now I have to shave every other day.
Another question is, what is your favorite catchphrase that have been turned into memes? And can you do like maybe one or two for us?
Favorite catchphrases for the show that have been turned into memes?
No, I mean like from other shows or movies.
Oh man. Infinity War spoilers. I don't feel so good, Tony. That was great. I knew the meme before I saw the meme. Like, do it in the Steven voice.
I don't feel so good, Tony.
Low-key, I actually auditioned for Spider-Man. Time ago when they were figuring that out. But Tom Holland does a way better job than I would have done, so it's all for the best. He's really, really good. I still haven't seen Homecoming, but Civil War and Infinity War were really good. Yeah, that's the only one I can think of right now in the movie.
What about It's Over 9,000?
Yeah, where's Chris Sattler?
It's over 9,000!
9,000! One that was really big with Grace and I, we were at SuperCon actually in Miami, and somebody asked Grace to do in the comedy voice, it's John Cena! So, like, a month later, I'm at a panel in California, like all the way across the country, and someone's like, hey, I heard you guys are doing the John Cena thing. Do the John Cena thing in the Steven voice. So,
It's John Cena!
and it just became this thing where we'd like crisscross around the country to conventions, and like different cast members would get asked to do it, and I think most of us have done it at some point. Every time I hear that, all I can think of is playing flutes with your nose. I wasn't a lot of lines, guys.
Thank you.
And with nose flutes, that's it, Zach. Thank you for spending an hour with us.
Thank you. You guys have a great crowd. You left all the jokes, so I don't have to report you to the convention. A couple announcements. So we're having our cast photo op here in a sec. So we're gonna go do that. I might see a few of you there. I'm gonna go immediately back to the autograph table after that. For any of you that might have missed us today, we'll be there for a little while longer. And yeah, check out my new song I just dropped. We got another one coming. The album's coming out in August, and we're gonna be back in Orlando, hopefully around October 20th or so for tour. Please come check it out. It's gonna be great.